Didn't see you there. Actually, I literally can't see you. So I wasn't alive. Anyway, today's plan. You know how like in a Disney movie, like I'm thinking Tarzan, like at the beginning when they're all babies and they're all cute and pudgy. And as they grow up, they like elongate and kind of like lose that roundness. I don't know. The cuteness. Today I'd like to try and do that in reverse. So I want to like find an animal, draw it from the reference, then try to draw it, I don't know, cartoony, and then try to draw it like too cute. Like a baby. You know, baby? Like you want to pinch its little cheeks. Yeah, let's do it. I got my iPad for references, sketchbook for drawing, marking tools for marking, erasing tools for erasing, and I have lots of colors for coloring. So I've got all the tools necessary to just jump right into it, I think. For some reason, the first animal I'm thinking of is like a turtle, maybe because I've got Squirt stuck in my head from Finding Nemo, which emphasizes exactly what I want to draw right now. Just cute, large-headed, big-limbed, tiny-body creatures. So maybe I'll start with the turtle. I'm gonna jump over onto Pinterest, and I will link the references that I find if you would like to use them. Look, this one's doing exactly what I want. Look how freaking cute these are. This is like emphasizing the like style that I'd like to draw them in. Oh man, I'm gonna save that. Might come in handy when I'm like, if I'm struggling. Anyway, we're looking for an actual turtle. Why are none of these actual photos of turtles? Oh, an actual baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no. Look, oh my gosh. Alright, but that's an actual turtle. Do they have any photos? Oh, it's a tortoise. Sorry, but what is a turtle and how is it different from a tortoise? Are tortoises on land and turtles are under the water, maybe? That sounds accurate. We have a lot of turtles here in good old Michigan. Turtles, tortoises, and terrapin. Terrapin? Yeesh! Alright, I'm just gonna like, I don't know, pick one, I guess. I think I'll start by just drawing a said turtle. Because I have to know how to draw a turtle before I can like, you know, cartoonify it. Basically, turtles have a few very distinct features. They have a shell. Oh, kind of, what shape? It's like a bowl shape. And it's a little curvy. They have like kind of a big, almost rectangle shaped head, and I'm seeing limbs coming out this way that then kind of like turn into more of a rectangle shape like that, and then that has little toes on it, and then there's the back one, and then in the back it's almost like a shorter foot. It looks like it kind of drags on their belly, and then their little leg sticks out backwards like this with toes, and then I think there's a tail back there, but can't see it in any of my references. And that's your like basic turtle shape. Their eyes look like they're very close to the front of their head. So front of that rectangle. And their mouth is very low. And their nose is very high. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Their nose is high. And the head's like higher up. And the shell kind of follows that height. Looks like it kind of straightens out. I'm trying to draw an ornate box turtle, if you were wondering. They have kind of like an eyelid. And then I think I want the top of the lip to kind of protrude a little further than the bottom of the lip. And there's lots of like scales and turtle warts, I'm gonna call them, because I have no idea if there's a word for that. I'm sure they are. Humans love naming things. And this kind of turns into a neck that's kind of wrinkly, because they can squish into the shell, right? Now this turtle has more like claws on it, so they're kind of like pointier. And then there's a ton, almost shaped in a pattern of dots. Oh, you know what I did wrong? This comes up over the nose. I can see these lines in the photo I'm looking at, but it just looks so weird in mine because it looks like lips. How do I fix that? Maybe if I just erase it. Oh, that's better. Maybe just not connect it all the way. Leave it more open. And then there's like smaller little turtle warts, painted spots. I don't know. Oh, the shell actually kind of comes down like this. And there's some shapes. It's actually flatter on the top. I shade this, push that further backwards. So then the leg kind of is more obvious. And the claws actually come more inwards and kind of point towards the center. So you wouldn't see them on this side of the foot, but you would see the turtle spots. This is my realistic one. Hey, it might end up looking real realistic next to my next versions. You never know. I might add a little tail if you like it. And then there's some kind of texture on this. Kind of like the undershell. Alright, so there's my turtle. Now what I like to do, I'm a little nervous, I want to like put away the reference and kind of simplify it by not using a reference and just kind of taking what I remember from this. Add our little dots to this leg. But yeah, did learn quite a bit from this one. So the one I picked actually has like designs in the turtle shell. Kind of looks like flames. But yeah. Turtle. We have a turtle. All right, let's try and put away the reference and cartoonify it. See if I learned anything. So it's got like a top shell, kind of comes up higher. I'm gonna try it from a different angle too. I'm gonna be real crazy. This foot kind of drags backwards. Then we have the rectangle face, high eye, high nose, legs like a rectangle from here, and then rectangle, oh wait, a little further, and then the rectangle kind of comes inwards a little. Okay, mine's a little longer than it needs to be. Shrink it down. Pull the back forward. Gotta get that belly that kind of drags. A little shading. Maybe add a little more detail to the face. I like that like eyelid thing. The lip. It's more like a beak, I guess. If I think of it that way, it might be easier to stop it from looking like lips. Lots of texture. Got the little toes that point inwards. So there's my cartoony one. I'd add a little to kind of simplify it. We add one piece on the top, and I'm not going to add any of that like texture. I also kind of like flattened off the top a little bit more. You can kind of just see little ways that I've like cheated to draw it faster, and that's kind of how I simplify things, I guess. All right, now it's time to try and babyfy. Thinking baby Tarzan. I'm thinking of Tantor specifically because he looks so different as a baby. If you look at these pictures of the character I'm talking about, this is the adult one and this is the baby one. So you can kind of see how the baby one has much larger feet, and then the features are all kind of like squished together. So let's see if we can kind of apply that to my little turtle. Do I want the shell to be bigger then, do you think? Well, I would think I'd want the shell smaller and like all of the babiness to be big. What? So like the head obviously has to be way bigger. So I'm gonna start with a small shell. I might round it off a little more too, so like bubble it out. Maybe just change up the proportions. Like this one, well specifically the realistic one, the edge is very small. What if I try and make the brim way bigger? And then I want the head way bigger. Big rectangle. And then I'm thinking I want the leg to be the same size, but then the foot to be huge. So we'll make this rectangle really big. And then the rectangle back there, obviously, too. I've also squished the rectangle down a little to kind of like, I don't know, compress it. I'm just making this up, so I have no idea. And we have this back leg. And then this body kind of drags down like this. And then we'll give it a big tail. And then maybe round off these sort of features. So it's more safe for a baby. I'm also gonna make the eye way bigger. That's a very Disney thing to do for babies. I'm also gonna limit the eyelid. Maybe make the pupil really big too. Add a little shimmer and shine to it. And a smile, of course. Oh, the mouth is supposed to be lower. Maybe round off these like claw things. Here's my first attempt at babyfying a turtle though, and it's kind of cute. I'm gonna switch to a Col-Erase pencil. I think where it's going wrong is the eyeball. Should I try? Let's try it on this guy. Just see what a different eye might look like. What does a tiny eye look like on these big heads? Maybe with still a big pupil. Honestly, I prefer that. So it's almost like draw a similarly sized eye. It can still be kind of large, but I think it's just having that much bigger pupil. I do think that actually makes it look more like a turtle. All right. Let's try and draw a nice big one that I can color then. I'm gonna use a circle for the shell. Round it off. We got the big rectangle head. It should be coming more from underneath though. I don't want to lose too much of what makes it, you know, a turtle. So it kind of like creates a, see how this top of the head smoothly kind of transitions to underneath? And this one as well. This one did not. I want to see if maybe doing that helps look like more like a turtle. Then we have that rectangle that points away from the face. And then another one here. Oh, not quite enough room. I'll keep the tail, this leg. This is the underbelly. This is the back of the leg. Back of this leg. Big smile. Give it a big old pupil. This one does look a little cuter in my opinion. I don't know what the difference is. What I would like to do, pull this shell forward a little. I do like the larger rim. I also want to round off the edges. Give it a little shadow maybe. I did end up elongating the head more than this one. I don't know if that's where it's less cute to me, or maybe it's because the head protrudes higher above the shell than this one. It's hard to say. I might just, since it's kind of done, I'm gonna look back at the reference I was using, just see if there's any little teeny tiny things that I should add. There is a lot more texture above that line. This is kind of all leg. This kind of curves this direction, and then this is all leg. And that looks better too, wow. All right, I think it's ready to add some line art. I'm going to use this guy. This is the Derwent Line Maker, and this size 0.8. Makes a very thick line. My old go-to was a 0.3 size, and I've enjoyed it. Do lots of details, but lately I've really enjoyed just the thicker line art. So we will continue that trend. Let's do the eyeball. With a nostril. Little smile. Little chin. And the top of his head. And we have this foot with a toe. And that goes backwards. Oh shoot. There's a serious issue with perspective right there, but we will ignore that. Just pull this down a little out. Just don't want to go too overwhelmingly different. Because I do kind of just like the way it looks as it is. I'm tempted to draw in the spots, but I think that would be best done with colors. I'll leave it for now. And we have the back leg, this back foot. And I'm gonna go over and just add a little bit of depth just to denote things that are like protruding, you know? Like underneath this chin would be a good spot for it. Alright, we need a pupil. Nice and big. Alright, that looks like a turtle to me. I'm gonna use this eraser and erase a decent amount of the blue. Just light. Oh shoot, that wasn't dry. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah. Hopefully some color will fix that. Anyway, that's most of it. So let's color in our little turtle. I'm gonna make a little tiny version so that we can practice the colors. Erase it. Line art it. There we go. Little turtle. Oh, he is kind of cute. All right, let's add the colors. It had like orange spots, which might be good with like this and this. Just swatch some colors. I want this on top. We have this for, yep, that looks pretty accurate. But what color do we make his face? This. Let's try it. Yeah, turtle. Mr. Turtle. Baby turtle, I mean. With some designs. I have to color around those with both of these markers. Not crazy about how that looks. Yeah, that ain't it. I'm gonna go a little swifter with the colors and draw another one. I'm just gonna go straight line art this time. We have an eyeball, got a face, his shell. Okay, there's another one. So I like this idea. Just maybe like a light blue. Maybe something purple. Oh, that looks kind of cute. Now I just need some kind of accent. Could try another green color for this. So it's a little saturation. And maybe the same thing. Bluish purple. I don't know. Just kind of random design. That's kind of cool. I might go over it with a darker purple. Yeah, okay. I kind of like that. I think that's really cute. So I'll do it to the big one. I'm just coloring the whole body. Nice and smooth. I don't really have to worry about streaks because I have other plans. Kind of use this to add just a tiny bit of depth. Then I used pale grayish blue for the shell. There's a little on the drier side. Fun, huh? Next up, we want the darker blue, which is sky blue. I'm gonna just go around and add some fun designs, I guess. I need like a big, long, skinny piece with another one. And some sideways ones. I can fill all that in. Don't look like a turtle. Now I'm gonna use that purple. I'm gonna start with the lightest purple again. See how it looks sometimes on a bigger scale. That's what you want, to be a little more subtle, but we will see. Sometimes you don't. Oh, you know what I forgot? The green spots. I almost think I should use a different color though. Still kind of too saturated. Almost like I need a blue color. What if I used the light blue? Let me try that on top of the yellow. Wrong color, no! Okay, I'm gonna take the darker purple now and create like the rings. Might grab this white gel pen. I'll take that dark blue again, kind of go over some more of this, just to create more texture, I think. I don't want to go over the shell with some green, but that might bring it too close to the skin. Maybe if I just go over the darkest areas. I think that's gonna be it for this little guy. I would like to try doing more animals. All right, what should we do next? A giraffe would be really fun because you could like really switch up those features. Let's do it. So let's find a picture of a giraffe. Ooh, these are already baby giraffes. Might be good to start there. I'm gonna put its head over here. We have a little face. We have a very long neck. We're gonna have to draw smaller than that. These things are lanky. At least the real ones are. I imagine mine might not be. Because I think I am a little short in proportion. But I just tend to draw things that way, even if they're not. But yeah, there's like a body. Just kind of figuring out the shapes. There's like a neck lump, little body that reminds me a little bit of a horse. Big thigh, tail here. Oh, I do not have enough room for these. I could just shrink everything. Maybe if I take this eraser, kind of erase it like that, and then start over. This is the head. Skinny that neck. Move the hump up here. And this rectangle is the body. And we have the leg. And ooh, now we have lots of room. Don't need any of this. Then we have the hoof. Now the neck looks too small. This is my realistic one, by the way. I'm trying. But like the neck kind of like, there's almost like a shape here, like a rectangle, and then like a shape like this, and that comes upwards. This goes in, and then this kind of moves forward, and then there's a big triangle trapezoid up here, which I didn't leave room for these little horns or for the ears, but we'll make it work. They're kind of square shaped with a rounded edge. Then the eyes here, and it's got a big eyelid and eyelashes. Ooh, that looks creepy. Let's just fill the whole thing in with pupil, maybe. That kind of helps. And there's nostrils up in the front. It's a little pointier at the end. I'm already like trying to cartoonify it. Oh, I just remembered something. I really don't like drawing spots. And I picked a giraffe. Shapes like this that you just have to like draw a bunch of. And they get way smaller as they go down the leg. Oh, and I need a tail with a little tuft. See, I just automatically simplify something. It just comes naturally because I like to cut corners. Let me be honest. You know, we're missing a leg. I can't see it in my reference. I'm gonna just make one up. Color that in. I just realized this leg doesn't exist either and I made that one up. So I guess we should do the same thing. Almost like a little shape there. Skull shape. Alright, next, put away the reference. Get out of here. Now we're going to try and simplify. I'm going to draw one really small though. And we're going to do the rectangle for the body. Then we have this rectangle angled forward with a piece like this. And also there's like a square here for the leg a little bit. Then we have a neck. Then we have this kind of angles forward. Then you have the face. Got a big eyeball. And when I cartoonify it, I usually like to have more expression. So let's make him smile. This is where a leg is, and there's like a big square there. Then we have a square here with our hoof. It's a back leg. Then this leg kind of cuts into this. And then a tail. Now I wish I'd drawn it a little bigger, because you can't really see the face. Let me pull the head down a little. Maybe I can draw it a little bigger. Don't think this solved any of my problems. Ooh, that's worse. But then we'll have like big spots. Ooh, do I just make them circles? All right, I'm actually really enjoying myself drawing this giraffe. So why don't I do it again? I must try and stick one right here. We have rectangle, kind of like shrinks in the back. This rectangle, and then the triangle on top of it. Then the little neck. Ooh, I think I learned something because that came quite easy. How do I babyfy it? If we just like enlarge like the kneecaps and the feet, maybe chub it up a little. I don't really have a lot of space to experiment, so we're probably just gonna have to draw it in here unless I want to try to sit it down. Let's try. We know it's got a triangle here, and like I think we could turn the head a little. I have no idea how they sit. Never mind. Let's draw it standing. But if I want to draw the body, I kind of want to give it a little bit of a belly. I don't know if that would help, but like if we round off this, and I want it to be thicker with a shorter neck maybe, and then a big head. I don't have room for the top of it. See, it just takes up so much real estate. I would like to not draw it that small though. I really like the size of this guy. Rectangle, triangle. There's no room for this neck. Look how close that is to the edge. I don't like that. Well, it's like just enlarging all the joints. I don't know. I think I'm doing something wrong. It's not living up to the expectations. I mean, it is just kind of the beginning stages of a sketch, so I might be able to just need to erase it. I also was supposed to use a color erase pencil for this. I might be able to just switch though. I'm gonna start at the head though because I want it to fit in the page. Use a square for the back of the head. Got the eye hole here and the eye hole there. I think I'm going to do big ears. And I got that like lip. So we have the neck and it kind of like curves. I guess we need it kind of chunky. But we're also going to try and compress the shape. Oops, that's not the right pencil. A little slightly longer leg. Maybe shorten the tail and add a bigger puff at the end. Can't say it really looks like a baby. Maybe I need to make the hoofs bigger. Think that'll help? Promise I don't actually know what the hooves are supposed to look like. Yeah. I think it actually helps. All right, clearly I've got some learning to do, but there's... Actually, what if I like make these little tufts bigger? That kind of help. A redraw. Then we'll have the big spots, like really big. So they get smaller, so they get down here. All right, I think it's time for a little color. We need like a beigey color and like an orangey brown. I need something much lighter though. Maybe just erase whatever feels like erasing. We've got like kind of the body colors picked out. I can also go a little darker. We've got this one. I also need a blackish color. Thinking this really dark brown might work. Okay, I think we're ready here. Oh, I should also look at the reference, see if there's anything I want to change. It does need the hair that kind of like tufts up there. Alright, I'm gonna add some liner. So use this 0.8 again. There's an eyeball. We have the hair. And this little lump. And these lumps. Round that off a little. Creates this lump. And then it comes down and creates another lump. The ankles or whatever. Then we need the tail. Kind of shortened it and give it a big huff. There we go. Alright, now we'll try and erase it once more. Alright, now we need to color it. Start with our super light color. What was this? Pale fruit pink for the body. Try and avoid going too close to the liner, because sometimes these colors, the really pastel ones, can pick it up. Need to go over the hooves because that's going to be really dark. Wow, what did I say it would do to the liner? Alright, next we need the next darkest color, which was light suntan. Start adding in some spots. I decided they're going to be very big, so we will just do that. And they get kind of smaller as they go down the leg. And they get smaller. You see, that's way more fun. Blobbing them in instead of sketching them in. Coloring in the ears. Make those darker as we go. Oh, and then the tip of the mouth. Alright, now I want to color in the tail with this dark color I picked. And the hooves. Not really what they look like in the reference, but I've just made the executive decision so that they look like hooves. And I'm gonna color the tips of this too. So add like texture. Maybe the hair can be a little darker too. Alright, now that I'm looking at it, like if I just give it overall instead of like nitpicking at little things, it does look like a baby compared to that one. So I think I did it. Do you think I could do it again? I think the huge hooves are what kind of worked out the best. But yeah, I've learned a little something about giraffes that I didn't know before. So that's a step in the right direction. Alright, I do want to do one more. You know what I didn't think of is if I just make the head huge and the body's way smaller. Like if I did that with the turtle. So the head would be this big and the body would be like this. It looks like Yoshi. How did that happen? But it is an idea. And the giraffe would be like still with the big feet. It's an idea. Do I want to do another one? I'm thinking pig. Like I'd really like to do a little piggy. Oh, pigs are cute. Almost draw a little piggy. Basically he's running. So you got his belly. He's a big rectangle. He's got little leggies. Oh, that's really a kind of a difficult pose. He's running, so it's not gonna look like he's standing there. And then he got a little hoof. So this actually should be coming forward like this. So their legs are a little stiff or more rectangular shaped than the giraffe was. It's like a square there. Then we have the head, which is a big old triangle with an ear. There's a little eye here, big old ear, a little foot, and a little squirrel tail. And I have eyelids. Ooh, that's creepy. Oh, that looks better. Now this is like their snout. Got a little texture. And they have a little double chin, which creates this like neck shape. There's a little piggy. I try and draw it without a reference now. Let's see, they have a rectangle body, both feet, the neck. Then they have a triangle head, the big nose, but then the bottom lip is like way shorter. And there's like this shape, which is the nose snout thing. Then they have an eye here. I think I can draw it not running, or do I have no idea how to do that? Okay, mine is definitely not proportioned correctly. Still looks like a pig though. I think pigs are a lot longer than I realized, so if I like make a much longer rectangle from the beginning. Ooh, look at this. I'm starting to exaggerate shapes. That's so cute. I have like a joint here. Chop them up a little. I made the head so big now the legs look a little disproportionate. Yeah, improvement from that one, that's for sure. Draw a little smaller. I wonder if I can turn their head a little. I don't really have a reference of it looking this way, but... Squiggle. Ooh, kind of like that. A little angry, but I want a happy little piggy. When did I switch pencils? I'll squiggle. We need the head with a big old nose. I think I'm improving my piggies. I really like the pose on that guy. Should I try that again? The pig turning nostrils on the end of this. We have ears that poke out that way. Let's make him happy. Oh, he's a happy little pig. Oh, we're supposed to be making him look like a baby. We're doing this right now. Like a little piggy looking at us with the tail. And the neck. There's a little hopple pug. Its legs are a little too long. I wonder if I can like make him chubbier. Bring his belly down. Yeah, that is pig. All right, we want to try and make it look like a baby though. This is the body. The neck's actually a little shorter than I've been drawing it, so do that too. Make sure it's happy pig. We have ears. Could shorten the legs, maybe. The legs come out right here at the neck. Maybe make the tail really big. We want really big hooves. Feet, you know. I wish it was longer. I know I'm trying to like squish proportions, but I feel like if the body was longer, it would look more like a pig. Also, try and make the feet bigger. That might have helped a little. I like the body. I kind of feel like the head needs to be smaller, which is weird because it goes against everything that I said. But I'm gonna do it. Maybe if I just turn the head a little so we can get more of a, oh my gosh, cute vibe. Oh, ear. That's about where the eyes would go. We have big ears. Make the nostrils bigger. Nope, we don't need a tongue. It's not a blobfish. Ooh, a blob pig. I made him too big. Alright, back to the task at hand. How am I getting in the eyes? Do I want to try and do big eyes? It just doesn't seem right for a pig. Ew, I hate it. I hate it. Oh! Let's keep the eyes where they were. We'll just make them squinty. There we go. We do need to add line art, so I'm going to grab a kneaded eraser. And then we'll do these piggy! Little squinty eyes. Oof. Oh, I didn't want that line. Oh well. A little depth maybe. Oh, and the tail. There we go. There's our pig. Honestly, it doesn't look that much like a baby, but who's the judge? I know, I would like a little pink color for our piggy. Not sure what pink. What about pinkish white? So maybe this one and that one. Where'd I have one in between these? Ooh. We'll start with pale cherry pink. This is an ooh marker. I'm just gonna color over these ones because they're further in depth. Try it with the dark pink. We'll just see how that looks. Yeah, pigs are a little lighter than that. Oh, maybe I will have to use this. Let's just see how it goes. Yeah, that's probably the color I should be using. I just know it's one of my Copics, which means it's just always empty, no matter how much I refill it. I don't really understand how that works. It might mean I need new nibs, which I feel like I've said before. So maybe I should just bite the bullet and buy some nibs and see if it improves my life at all. I should see if I actually have a refill of this. I do! I'm just gonna drip it in there. Let that sit for a second while I put this away. Alright, let's try. Wow, look how well that's working now. Almost looks like a completely different color. I think it's just because it's got more juice to it, so it will dry the light color again. It's just getting the paper wetter, which is making that look dark. There you go, got piggy. Let's color in the nostril. A little pinker on the tip of the feet. Maybe around the eyes too. Alright, you know what it needs? A little like dirt. A little like dried mud or something. And then all over the face is what I'm seeing in the reference I've got. Just fill the nostrils. Alright, I think that's probably gonna... I really like the colors though, and I would love to color another little piggy. Now, what if I just drew a little one? A little chubber. Give it a little line art. There we go. Okay, I'm excited to color this guy. Deliver the little color variation here. And the nose. I gotta use this one, but lots and lots of that. Okay, I'm glad I did that. It's a little cute, quirky. So yeah, that's what I drew today. I was trying to draw animals and then make them cutesy and tiny, which I don't know if I did so well. I also did it with, what, a giraffe and a turtle. I feel like I was more like focused at the beginning. This just seems like I had a plan and I was executing it, and then I don't know what happened when I turned the page. I kind of just started doing whatever I felt like it, which isn't terrible. I mean, it's just art. You can do whatever you want. I don't know why I felt the need to point that out, but maybe it'll be helpful for someone to know that. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I drew a couple of animals. I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!